Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are dialing in from around the world. It's Michelle here. I'm in the sunny UK, and we're going to have Roger joining us this morning to keep going with our 10-week countdown to the end of the World Game and the Genius U annual conference. He's going to be coming straight off another call in a minute. He's just been at the airport, actually, I believe, getting ready to fly to back to Singapore from Thailand, where he's just been doing the event. So we'll see him very shortly. And in the meantime, let me show you a few little things that we have updated on Genius U. So here I am screen sharing. Here's our chat for today. So you can go ahead and say good morning and wait. Good morning, Kathleen. Say where you are tuning in from. And you can post any questions or any comments in there as well. And don't forget just to press the little blue button that says new comments available, and you'll see all the new comments coming through at the same time as well. So here's our rankings as of today. We're over 550,000. And Roger threw down the gauntlet last week because he was the top of the current round impacts at 16,000. He's been overtaken. Wow. So Diane overtook him on the call last week. Floor has overtaken Diane. So we have a battle again for our number one spot there on the impacts. So that's awesome to see that. And quite a few new things that we've updated here in Genius U now. So you'll see that there's been quite a few improves and releases. I know lots of you have been using them. So companies now has got a second phase. So now you can follow the company directly on the page here. So you can actually see the follow button now. You don't have to click into the company to be able to follow them. So you can see the name of the company and who they are and just decide to go in and follow them. So here's Wealth Musician in Bangor. So I'm just going to click follow, and that will automatically have me as following that company now, just by following that button there. And as the company owner, you can go into your company. We've put a couple of other things in here as well, which have improved the companies as well. So when you open up the company, and it just takes us a little bit slow while I'm screen sharing here on Google Hangouts, but here we go. So you can now delete the company. Be careful. Obviously, if you delete it, it's going to go forever. If you are playing the World Game as a mentor and you're the company owner, you now have a World Game badge on your company as well. This is all leading us to very soon when companies can make their own purchases and put all their products on as well. That is the next phase we're working on right now. I just spoke with the team about it this morning. So make sure you've got your company set up. Make sure you're in the World Game. You've got your managers in there, your team members, your followers, your circle, and your reviews. And also, if you have a company that has a certification, so if you're like Entrepreneur Resorts, Entrepreneurs Institute, Health Dynamics, B1G1, one of those companies that has a certification, and you'd be able to create certifications as well, then you'll also see that your mentors are now attached as well. It only attaches mentors who've completed the certification. So if you're wondering why you're not on Entrepreneurs Institute and you are in the middle of Flow Consultant or halfway through EMC, that is why. You want to make sure you have finished that whole certification in order to make sure you've got your certification going live on your page there as well. What else on the company? So please make sure you've gone in and set your company up. It's really straightforward. It is just like setting up a profile. You literally just click in to create new company and just follow the little information buttons here. Tells you what to do, but it is just like setting up your own profile. And by having this, you will have your company set up, which means that when we go live with company purchasing and when we go live with companies being able to link all their products, which is going to happen in a couple of weeks' time, you'll actually have your entire web store here on Genius U. So do go in and set your companies up. It's pretty straightforward to do. Right now, we've only got about, I think there's only 29 companies in there. All leaders and all mentors can set up companies. So, and I know most of you as mentors already have companies. So go ahead and set your companies up. It won't take you long to do that. And the other thing I wanted to show you as well today is you've now got this new search for microdegrees. There's a new layout for microdegrees here as well. So this has changed quite a bit. You can still create your microdegree here. These are the featured microdegrees, which are the ones that we want to promote our side. So they're kind of like most of our microdegrees and our certifications. But you can click onto all, and now every single microdegree will show up. So all your microdegrees in here. So they're not separate. They're not separated as our microdegrees and mentor microdegrees. They're all together there under microdegrees. So you can go find those as well. And then you've got these great little sort by, so you can sort by rating. So which one's got the most, the best ratings, like the best reviews. You can sort them by alphabetical, so you can actually just go and find them. You can sort them by who has put up the latest one, so you can make sure you're not missing any of them. And you can sort by the most popular as well, which one's got the best reviews. And then, of course, you've got the certifications separate as well, which are the high-value micro degrees, which are the certifications that allow you to become one of our mentors within one of the companies as well. The other thing that has gone live here as well, which I maybe showed some of you last week, is the Genie help page. You can just go up to your bar here and click here on the Genie help page, and Genie is going to show up with all these different areas that Genie can be helping you with as well. And then one other final thing I just want to share with you. And Kathleen, maybe you can just check and find out where Roger is, because I haven't seen him log in yet, but maybe you can just check with him that he's got the right link so he can get logged in. I did post it for him in our Skype channel just so we can make sure he can get in, if you can just check with him. And so this is really cool now. We have updated the search bar. So you can see here in the top on your search bar, it says search members and circles, where it used to just be search members. And this is going to improve. This is going to continue to improve as well. Oh, Roger's trying to log in. Here you go. He's just messaged me on Skype to say he's trying to log in. All right. So Kathleen, if you can perhaps just give him a little bit of help there getting logged in. And maybe I'll just stop screen sharing at this moment and just check, make sure he's having to download the app because he's at the airport. Oh, heck. Okay. All right. Well, Kathleen is giving him a little hand there. So we'll make sure we can get him in as soon as we can. And I'll carry on showing you what I was wanting to share with you. So back to my screen share here, because he's going to be doing a really cool sharing today on identifying your identity after you've got your promotion going live. So I really want you guys to see that. So you can go in here now and search. So let's say, for example, I can put in Find Your Flow, which I know is one of the micro degrees. It's put no results found. All right, let's just put in Flow. So we've got Flow Quotes, we've got Lena Ski Flow Consultant, we've got the Flow Styler, but also you've got Flow and Performance Consultant, Flow English, Flow Micro Degree. So it's found a couple of things there. If I put in Michelle, if I look for myself here, it's going to bring up a couple of Michelle Clarks, and it's also going to bring up one of my mentor circles. So what it's doing is it's doing an association not just of the name of the person, but any circles that are related to them as well. But you can also be directly searching for the circles too. So let's have a look what comes up when we search for impact. We've got the Impact Investor Circle, Impact Entrepreneur Circle, and there's quite a few things under there under impact as well. So you can now use this search bar, which and it's much faster, the search bar as well now. So when I'm searching, like, it actually brings people up much faster. So there's Roger Hamilton, there's Roger Bezuidenhout, I don't know how to say that, and there's some of Roger's circles as well. So it's much, much quicker. At the moment, it's only got the search function by name and by circle. But we're going to be adding some extra bits as well. So go ahead and try using that and see how that works out. The other thing which has gone live here as well. So if I just show you here on the new comment section. So we've got Sophie, we've got Leon, we've got Kathleen. So I am now that's on the Facebook page. But if I go on to so here's Diane. Diane has done a post here about the World Game. So I'm going to put, hey, great update. And if you see me do this, I can now tag. Oops, I can now tag Diane Wilkins in that. So there's actually a comment that she's now going to get in her notifications to say that I've tagged her directly. The other thing that you can do now, so let's take the Genie help page as an example. Here's the Genie help page. I can now post that in the comments as well. And it's actually going to post up as a link. So you've got the link, you've got the tagging. And the other thing I can do as well, so let's have a look. So here's another thread here. These are all my threads, so I'm trying to find someone else's. Here's Louise's. So Louise put, sorry, I missed the call. So I can now reply directly to Louise. Hey, sorry, you missed it too. And I can tag her. So she's going to be like, wow, that's weird. Michelle just replied to me about that. See you soon. So you can now do replies, and you can go in and reply directly to that as well. And whenever you go up to your notifications, of course, you're going to see all the notifications, the updates that people have been doing for you, the comments they've done. And we're going to be improving the way that notification works as well. So we've got that actually in our current sprint, which is starting this week. So that's going to be happening this week, where the guys are improving both the copy of the notifications. You'll be able to see the number of notifications you've got. So you'll actually see that you've got notifications instead of having to click in. But you can see, you know, you've got these here. You can see when somebody has gone in and posted, and you can see if somebody has upvoted, obviously. And at the moment, it's saying someone has replied to your comment, but you still have to go and find where their reply is. You still have to go figure that out. So we're improving that as well. But right now, you've already got that ability to do those comments, to do those replies, and to see those notifications as well. So hopefully that's pretty groovy. Lots of exciting new updates from this week for you guys to get your teeth stuck into. And lots of exciting stuff coming this week as well on the event side. So we've got the email going to the mentor to let you know when someone's booked into your event. That's coming out this week. We've got the ability to add it to your calendar. All of those kind of cool things are coming out this week as well. So I'm just going to check in and see, do we now have, no, Roger's still not here. All right, let me just have a little look. See, he still looks like he's still trying to get in. I think Kathleen's still trying to help out there. So I'm just going to, maybe you can give me, Kathleen can't speak to me actually while I'm on here. So guys, why don't you go ahead and type me an update about what you think about those new improves on Genius U, what you've been trying, what you've been testing, what you've been using. Let me know how that's been going. Have you been using the search box? Have you been trying the hyperlinks and the tagging yet? What do you think about the new microdegree layout? And have you got your company set up? Maybe send me a link there to your companies right now. And I'm just waiting to see if we can get him in. He's going to try and join with his phone, I think. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you some other stuff that is going to be coming up as well. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you what is going to be coming up. So when he joins us, he is going to hopefully tell me he's on the call. But I want to share with you some of the things that are coming up soon as well. So this is our little document that we have that we're working on right now within the Genius U team with all of the cool stuff that's coming up right now. So we are working on, the next section we're working on right now is when you're a mentor and you want to invite somebody into your circle. So if I want to invite somebody into my circle at the moment, we're just adding members, excuse me, which is automatically adding members, which isn't actually super cool. We know people don't like just being automatically added into circles. So that's going to change to invite members. And at the same time as being an invite member, we're going to have like a whole description as to how you can upload your CSV here. So this, which isn't particularly clear at the moment, is being updated. You can invite people using their email address, and you can put in lots of different emails. So I can invite Kathleen at geniusu.com here. And then if I start a new line, I can invite Roger at geniusu.com as well. So I can invite all these, so I can put lots of email addresses in, but of course that takes some time to do. So the other option is you can upload a CSV and you can have everyone just coming into your circle, but it's going to invite people in a much nicer way as opposed to just adding them directly, because I don't think anyone really wants to just be added into a circle. So that way they still get the decision about whether they join or not. The email they're going to get is going to say, hey, Michelle has invited you to the mentor circle. So they'll get their email come through, and then they still get the chance to go in and decide if they want to join. Now, if they're already a Genius U member, what they'll do is they'll get taken straight to the circle. So they'll have the opportunity just to go straight in and join it. If they're not a Genius U member, it's going to take them through the new onboarding, which we're working on at the moment. So that's going to go live as well in the next couple of weeks. So there's a new onboarding, which means that they actually get welcomed into Genius U. They have an experience of what Genius U is. And within that, there's going to be a video, which is just like 1.5 minutes long, explaining what Genius U is. And when they have gone through the onboarding process, they'll end up here on the Genie help page. And where right now it says Genie recommends the passion test, what will happen is for the first 7 days of their membership, it will actually say, click here to go to Michelle's circle, which she's invited you to join. So even though they've gone through the 3 steps of onboarding, it's not going to distract them from the point in case, which is to actually come back and join Michelle's circle at some point. So that's pretty funky. So that's on its way through as well. We're making lots of improvements to the event section. So the event section is going to look nicer as well. We've already got, and I just want to make sure everyone's really aware of this on the event section as well, because I've seen a couple of the mentors using it, but not all of you. In the same way that you now have a welcome tab in your circle, which means you can make your circle look way nicer because people can land in there and see what the circle is all about, and see why they should join your circle. What are the first 5 things they should do? What are the links they should get to? There's also now a welcome tab on the event section. So this means that the page can look a whole lot nicer. So you can actually take an entire landing page, which normally would sit outside of Genius U, and this is your own landing page, and put this direct in the circle. So this here is the Genius U annual conference. So this is actually a landing page which sits as a separate landing page outside of Genius U, but as you land on this page, you don't know it's a separate page. It looks like it's here within Genius U. And of course you can book now, and it'll take you through to the Genius U payment link as well, so you can actually book your ticket. You still can be on the discussions page. It's still going to show like who's coming and who's attending, and we're updating the way that this looks and feels as well. I've just seen one of the final versions of what this is going to look like, so it's going to look better anyway. So you don't have to use a welcome page, but that's a really great new button that you can use, and will make your circle look a whole lot better, and will make your event look a whole lot better. So I highly recommend, if you are setting up an event, that you do this, because it makes it so much nicer for someone to look at. And if I just go back to our circle, for example, you've seen here in the World Game Mentor circle, there's a welcome tab. So anyone who has a circle, you should definitely have a nice welcome page where everyone who joins your circle, they can find the links easily that they're looking for. They can find out what this circle is about. If they get stuck or forget something, that all the information that they need is in here, rather than just doing posts in your circle. And again, this sits as a separate landing page. So you've got this here at any point. If you forget something when you're in the World Game Circle, you can just come back here. So if you're running an event, you want to do this. If you're wanting people to join your product circle, you want to tell them what your product's all about. This is going to become even more important to you guys as mentors when we allow you to start selling your products on the web store, which is coming very, very soon. All right, so it doesn't look like we're going to get Roger joining us today. And I haven't particularly prepared anything in the sense that he was going to be doing the sharing today and the training. So I have really just been showing you guys around Genius U. But I would love to hear your comments, your questions. Maybe you've got some questions about what's coming up in Genius U. Maybe you've got some questions about some of the other improves that are coming up. I would love to hear those today as well. And while you're just typing in that, I'm going to show you some other things that are coming. So that's the introductory video. That's the onboarding, which we're improving. The way that you'll be able to put your products in the web store. You'll have your own web store, basically. So you'll attach all of your products to your circles. You can decide which circles you want to attach your products to. But someone can search for you as a mentor, and they can find all of your products in one place. So that's going to be super cool. And we're going to show you how to do that. We're going to give you a tutorial on how you add your products and how you get those approved as well. How to set your company up. That's actually already done, the company tutorial. So like I said, you can just click on the information buttons and find out how to set up your company. And this idea of how do you invite your whole community into your circle and how do you get them set up and welcome them, that's all coming as well. So the guys you can see the guys are all working on this right now. How to set up your events, that's being worked on right now as well, and all the enhancements I've just talked about on the event side. So that's all the stuff that we're working on in October. And then in November, we're setting up a dashboard so that you as a mentor, you can check all your community members. You can check the progress of anyone who's a leader. You can check the progress of anyone who is in your community, how they're getting on with their micro degrees, what kind of commissions they're earning. And you can start upgrading people. So if you've got members in your circle who you think should be leaders or mentors, there's a nice, easy process for you to be able to upgrade them as well. Accurate commissions. Hello, we all want that as well. So when you log into your dashboard, you can see the commissions exactly and what you're going to be getting paid. We're moving, by the way, to weekly commission payments. So we're moving away from monthly to weekly, which is pretty groovy as well. We're going to be making improvements to messaging. Yay. That's coming in November as well. I know lots of people have been asking that, and you've given me lots of feedback about messaging that you don't like. So we've captured much of your feedback already. For those of you who are flow and performance consultants, we're moving TD Profile Test into Genius U, so integrating all of that work. So you'll be able to access all of your tokens in Genius U, and also you'll be able to access your event tickets in Genius U. So let's say you've got an event ticket to come to the Entrepreneur Fast Track event in where's our next one? Durban, but you can't find your token or your report. That's going to be in Genius U as well. So instead of it being on emails you've got to find, you'll just log into your event section on Genius U and find all that. There's going to be a video for when you join as a leader. So the same one that we had, that I just talked about for members joining, there's going to be one for leaders as well. So showing them what they can now do now they've stepped up to leader level. And there's going to be one for mentors as well. So every level you'll have your own video about what you can actually do. And then Genius Partners. So these are the people at the very, very top level. 25 of those Genius Partners who are coming into Genius U in this next quarter, putting their entire businesses through Genius U. We're giving them a whole load of extra tools that they can use to manage their companies and manage their business performance as well. So they can see all of their mentors who've bought their certifications, and they can track their progress. They can see all the leaders who are promoting their products as an affiliate, and they can see all of their members and how those guys are getting on as well. And of course, they'll have a different set of commissions which they'll be able to access through Salesforce as well. So lots of multi-currency coming. I know lots of people have been asking for that, and some more enhancements on the deduplication. And don't forget that the merge function has also been updated. So if you have got multiple accounts, you can click into your settings at any point now. This has been lots of people have been going in actually and merging their accounts. So if you've got 3 or 4, it's a really good thing to do. And if you're playing the world game, it's even better because you might have different impacts or different Genius dollars in different accounts. So go ahead and merge them in. So the merge account is now back, and it's got some pretty stringent instructions on how to use it. I don't have an extra account, so it's not going to let me log in. I've only got the one because I've merged mine already. But you can go in and do that as well. So that's pretty funky. Let's see what we've got here. So we've got some comments coming through. All right. So we've got hello from Sunny UK. So excited about the improvements. Well done, guys. Thank you, Sophie. Diane's put her company on there. She's just got hers recently set up. So that's awesome. So you can go ahead and follow Diane's company. I've been using the search button and the Genie help icon. Oh, brilliant. That's awesome. That's good to know. And hopefully that's working well for you. All sounds like really good improvements. It's Karen. Sophie's saying, can someone help me upload this link to the Welcome tab? That would be great. We don't have anyone in our team that can do those for you, Sophie, because we obviously have to pay our devs every time they do some development work. I'm guessing there's somebody maybe here on the call or one of our mentors who perhaps could show you how to do that. It's making sure you have the right iframe. So it's not just about the HTTPS, it is about the iframe, which is why I did say to you last week to get someone tech on your team. So if we've got anyone tech on the call who thinks they can help Sophie to make sure she can get, because she's got beautiful welcome pages for her events, but they're not on Genius U, and she'd like to get them on there. So if someone tech is on the call, please get connected with Sophie and help her do that. Events is looking great. That's good. And Diane, like I said, you're going to see some more improvements on the events page this week, just on the discussions page. So if you're just running maybe like a little webinar and you don't want to do a whole landing page, the whole discussion page is going to be better as well. And yes, the landing page sits on your own website at the moment, Karen. So this is like a quick fix that we've done. So where have I got it? A quick fix that we've done so you can actually have this now as an extra toolbar, both in your circles and in your events. So it does sit separately, because in the long term, we will build it that there's an actual landing page builder within Genius U, but that's a major piece of work. I mean, to give you some idea, it's going to take like one of our team members 3 or 4 months to build that. So it's not something that we feel we can do right now, because there's so many other major priorities we need to do just to get people using Genius U effectively. That's something really cosmetic we'd like to do later for mentors. So it's going to be 2019, but this is why we put this in here. So you've got this fix for now to actually make your events look way better already, and to make your circles look way better. To the client, it looks like it is your page within Genius U. They can't tell that it's not within Genius U, but it is actually a separate page. So what happens is when you go into your circle setting or your event setting, it's the same layout, whether it's circle or event. If you go into edit circle or create a new circle or create a new event, you'll see at the bottom there's this new thing here, welcome page URL. So if you'd like to have a welcome page in your circle to explain more details about your mentoring and where to access everything, you can create a landing page outside of Genius U and link it to the circle. It will look as if it's part of the circle, and you'll see welcome tab show up in your circle. So the welcome tab only shows if you've actually got a welcome page live. If not, it doesn't show as like a blank empty space, because that would look weird. The type of landing page needs to be very specific, however. And so the page you enter will require the following JavaScript to be included so that Genius U can resize your page. And for some reason, it's removed the sentence that tells you how to do that. That's kind of weird. Okay, so I just need to make a little note of that, because that's disappeared since last week. Circle welcome page JavaScript. Now, I'm pretty sure I saw it over on the event section. So let's have a look over here. But that would make it kind of impossible to set up if you don't actually know what the JavaScript is. So here it's here, right? So it needs to be The page you enter will require the following JavaScript to be included so that Genius U can dynamically resize the height of the welcome tab. So it needs to fit within the iframe. So it's this here. Now that is much more on the technical side. So you do need to get someone on your tech team to help you. And it does need to be an HTTPS file as well. So have a go at that. And I'd love to see the examples of your welcome pages. Let's see if we've got any more questions or comments coming up. How do we run our own live webinar in Genius U, please? So I think that's on the Genie Help page as well, isn't it, Kathleen? I know if it's not, Kathleen has actually just recently done a video on how to run your own events. So Kathleen, perhaps while I'm looking at, yes, it's not on here. So Kathleen, perhaps you can just post the link that you've got for mentors on how to run a live webinar in Genius U. So Kathleen actually just did a video like maybe a couple of weeks ago. And already we just discussed with the team this morning, we're going to change the technology, make it even easier. So she's going to do another video, but there is already a video which will show you how to do that. So I'll just get Kathleen to put the link in there. I think it's in the mentor onboarding as well, but there is a video that she's done. So perhaps you can just post that in there for me, Kathleen. Any other questions or comments? All right, well, I think we've done pretty good considering we didn't have like the training we were supposed to have. We actually have had a full tour of Genius U and what's coming up instead. I hope that's been really useful. We'll see you next week for the update, and I'll get Roger to do like 2 sessions in one next week on identify your identity, which is going to be super important once you've got your promotion together, is how do you actually like really establish your identity and make sure that you have a really great place within Genius U where people can find you and understand your brand as well. So we'll do that next week. Have an awesome week, everyone. Thank you for being on the call, and I shall see you next week and through the week. Bye for now.